Hi guys, this is Mr. Gore coming to you with Screencast number 11, and it's going to be a short and sweet one, so let's just jump in and get started. Today's big question is, what are the key elements to a clear final design? The reason is that you've already completed your initial designs, that series of sketches where you show the development of your design idea. And now we're ready to begin working on final designs. In order to do that, I want you to think back to those observational drawings you did of the NXT mind brick. Think about what were the key elements we talked about then to making a good, clear, visually communicative final design. And also think about the gallery walk you did when you went around and took a look at other people's drawings. What did you observe from the successful drawings that made them clear and made them be able to easily communicate a visual representation of the NXT mind brick. Okay? So when you get in class tomorrow, what I want you to do, come on in, put the backpacks, leave the backpacks in your locker. If you do bring it, put it at the back of the class. I want you to clean off the desk and just put out your initial designs, your sketch pads, open them to your initial designs. And we're going to start off first thing with a gallery walk. And that'll take a couple of minutes. After that, I'll have you sit down and we'll discuss what are some of the positive things that you saw from the successful initial designs, what made them good, and what things can you take away to improve your efforts in future units. After we've done that, we're going to dedicate the rest of the class for time for you to just begin working on those final designs. And again, that's going to include a top, a front, and a side view, and you're going to make sure that you're including all these key elements that we will have talked about and that you have reflected upon from our previous classes. Okay, now here's a couple of questions that students have already asked me. Is it necessary in your final design to represent absolutely every piece and every peg and little Lego brick that you're going to include in the design? I don't think it's important to be quite that specific. What we're looking for is a design that is clear, that is able to communicate the idea to your group without any verbal explanation. So what that means is that it's going to visually represent the idea, showing the placement of the different elements on the robot, the basic structure of the robot so that it can be used as a guide for the create stage. And it will also include labels of all the functioning and moving parts. We're talking about sensors, we're talking about wheels, we're talking about any gears or rotating features, or even the carriage piece for the survival kit. All those things need to be clearly labeled to make sure that it is as complete as possible and able to represent your idea in a visual way that's very effective. Number two is, of course, you're going to have to make all your straight lines straight and make those circles circles. So we want you to make the clearest, neatest possible work possible. And the point of that is that once you finish these final designs, you're going to be sharing them with your group, and the group is going to evaluate them and decide which one of those final designs will move forward into the create stage. So it's very important that your final designs are as clear as possible so that they can be understood by your group. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow in class.